Hello everyone and welcome to Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of Wayland Girls Varsity Basketball as we get ready to start this one off. I'm Josh Schreiber, alongside me, Michael Nechepurenko. We're getting ready for a matchup between the Wayland Warriors and the Newton South Lions as Newton South misses a shot there and we are underway. Well, Michael,
will be maintaining some strong defense throughout the entire game. The Warriors were pretty good last game in terms of how they played defense, but fell short to Boston Latin just at the end. This time they're going to hopefully learn from that experience and continue to shut down their opponents all throughout the entire game.
yeah, Newton South is absolutely loaded. They score a lot of points, shoot a lot of threes, as we see right here. Three-pointer no good. Mills with the rebound, almost loses it, but a foul called on Haley Melvin. Newton South will shoot two at the line. But yeah, Newton South has had an unbelievable season, only lost one game to Concord Carlisle in their first game of the season, then followed it up by winning by 12 in their next game. So they're a very good team. As they shoot at the line there, missing the first. And the second one, it falls in as Newton South takes a 3-0 lead. And yeah, the main storyline here tonight, Amaris Mills, senior for Newton South, is just now 10 points away from 1,000 points. She averages over 20 points per game, so if she has a normal game, she will get that. And that is a big milestone in high school basketball as she gets a pass inside for two. 5-point lead, Newton South. Reniker inside, trying to find Lesbrance, but broken up. And Newton South will run it up the court. Mills tries to get a rebound, can't get it. Johnson comes up with it. And stolen by Murphy. Over to Mills. Mills, three. No good, rattles around the rim. Reniker with the rebound. Melvin saves it, gets it over to Reniker, and Reniker sinks it. The short pull-up jumper is good, and Wayland is on the board.
Yeah, it's really great to see Wayland getting on the board this early. They're already a little bit behind, but now that they're on the board, hopefully more baskets will start falling in.
Absolutely, and as the shot, no good, rattling around, Powers comes down with the rebound. Melvin. Over to Powers. And Powers looking for someone. Wayland not getting anything going on offense now as the clock counts down. Melvin. And that ball may have been tipped by the senior Siobhan Murphy. Shot clock violation, Newton South will take over.
Yeah, it's not great play from Wayland right there. They might want to have a bit more of a sense of urgency in the future if they want to get some more baskets in.
Yeah, and Michael, this is an interesting game. It's one team that is outstanding on offense and another team that's outstanding on defense, Wayland being the latter. How does that affect the game when two teams are playing against each other with both of their strengths going head to head?
You know, I think for Wayland, it's going to be a real test in that they get to prove to almost everybody who's watching them that their defense continues to be so strong against these very great teams, if you will. And I think should they be able to contain Newton South with their defense, it'll give them some motivation for the future.
Absolutely. Would definitely be an upset if Wayland could pull it off, but with a defense like they have and an ability to get going with their junior captain duo of Sammy Johnson and Haley Melvin, they have a good chance. Not to mention freshman Ava Reniker that's really started to get it going with more playing time. Johnson drains both of them. 1 point game.
Yeah, and also these free throws are going to be very critical for Wayland. If they can get to the line more often, they'll just keep on narrowing that lead from when Newton South has one.
Absolutely. And Mills now driving baseline, puts it in for 2. 3-point lead once again.
Yeah, and Mills edging closer to that 1,000-point milestone.
Yeah, and this game was originally scheduled for yesterday on Tuesday, but because of the snow, they canceled games, so it was moved to today on Wednesday as Haley Melvin drives to the bucket for 2. Her first points of the game.
Yeah, this appears to be a really great start for Wayland. They're really going up to Newton South's level right here.
Absolutely. Amaris Mills, 3-pointer, no good, rattles around. Johnson comes away with the rebound. Now Melvin, inside Euro step, gets it to go. That signature Haley Melvin Euro step, she puts it to work. Wayland takes a lead, their first lead of the game, as a foul there called on junior captain Sammy Johnson. That foul is on the floor though, so they will just pass it in. And some confusion from Newton South, but Mills comes away with it. Reniker guarding her. Mills, floater, inside, gets it to go. 6 points already for the senior star.
Yeah, Wayland's going to have to remember to be careful of her. I'm sure they all know what she can do. But as we saw just there, she's still proving that she can get to the basket either way.
Wayland calls the timeout. I'm not sure why the scoreboard has not been changed yet, but it is 8-7 Wayland. 9-8 Newton South. But yeah, definitely not a start that you can be upset about if you're Coach Rick Stollis. With a team like this, they're playing very sound defense, getting the ball around on offense, getting to the line, putting in the free throws. It's really all you can ask for in a game like this.
Yeah, definitely, Josh. I mean, we've seen Wayland in the past maybe play down to some of their other teams' levels, but here they're really continuing to show that their offense is just as good, if not better, than their defense in scenarios such as these.
Absolutely. And we'll talk about it a little bit later, but going into a DCL tournament where they really have a good shot, they're the 1 seed, they have a bye the first round, they're going to have a chance to go a long way, and they may be the favorites coming out of the DCL Small to win that small little tournament that will replace the normal MIAA playoff bracket. So, not as exciting, obviously, as in a normal year, but definitely still something to look forward to.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, if this is the last game of the regular season, then given that they're playing Newton South, they might be able to carry over some lessons from this game they can use in the playoffs.
Absolutely. So Melvin takes it up as Sarah Elizadeh, Anjali Patel, both into the game now for Powers and Reniker. Their first time coming in. Melvin, tough layup, can't get it to fall, but good rebound by Elizadeh. Patel inside, draws a foul. She will shoot 2 at the line. Patel with the first. Sinks it. Patel having saw a much bigger opportunity this year in her junior season. She was on varsity last year, but with players like Isabella Arenas playing so well and so often, didn't have her chance to shine necessarily. This year she is getting that chance. So she's going to be a key player as the season comes to a close, not only as the season comes to a close and all year, but especially next year. As Johnson, tough rebound. Elizabeth, three-pointer, gets it to go. Wayland, 12-9 lead now with just over 2 minutes and counting left to go in the first quarter. Stripped away by Johnson. Elizabeth comes away with it. And they call a jump ball, so Wayland will get possession. Actually, it will be Newton South who gets possession.
Yeah, despite that, Wayland must be buzzing right now. I mean, 3 points ahead of Newton South this early on. This is a really great start for them.
And big shot for Sarah Elizabeth, confidence booster. Wayland has had a very difficult time shooting the three ball as Newton South has a difficult time on that shot. Melvin sticks with it, gets to Lesbrance. Now Elizabeth finds Lesbrance, top of the key. Lesbrance inside. May have had an open shot, didn't take it though. Elizabeth comes away with it again. Fadeaway jumper, beautiful shot from Elizabeth. She has the last 5 points for Wayland. 14-9 with a minute to go in the first quarter. Mills, three, no good. Can't hit anything, she's frustrated after that one.
Yeah, if Wayland just maintains this lead and builds on it a little bit with their offense, they're going to be feeling very good going into the second quarter.
And those jump shots are something that, outside of Haley Melvin, Wayland has really missed players that can knock down those jumpers. And I guarantee if Sarah Elizabeth proves she's able to do that, she will see a huge increase in playing time. Melvin inside gets fouled. She'll shoot two at the line. Great job by the Warriors passing that ball around. Elizabeth saved it from going out of bounds. Melvin takes it hard to the rack and draws the foul.
Yeah, at the moment the team seems sort of be taking their desire to win, maybe from that last game that they just lost at the end, and trying to go right to the basket and getting some points on the board.
Melvin with the first. Doesn't hit it, but yeah, if you were watching that game against Boston Latin, really a heartbreaking loss. They were up almost the entire game, up by 8 at one point in the fourth quarter, and then Amelia Ogilvie of Boston Latin just took over as Melvin shoots her second. Also no good, but it will go out of bounds, Newton South ball. But yeah, Ogilvie took over in that game, Michael, and it was really an incredible performance from Ogilvie, but it just came down to Wayland was not able to score enough points, and they were kind of just stifled by the Boston Latin defense.
Yeah, and at the end there, at the Boston Latin game, it was really uncharacteristic of Wayland to let up so many points in those last couple of minutes. Hopefully today they can learn from that and hopefully not let Newton South score as many points today.
Yeah, and at least so far in this game, they have done a good job. That ball is short, and Newton South stepped out of bounds. The Wayland bench really fired up. That's Haley Melvin, as you see on the left side of your screen, screaming for her teammates, as was the entire bench. Timeout here called with 17 seconds left to go in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, I'm Josh Schreiber. Alongside me, Michael Necheparenko. This is Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of Wayland girls varsity basketball. We're currently in a 5-point game, Wayland 14, Newton South 9. As we come closer to the end of the first quarter, Wayland will have a chance to get the last shot of the quarter. But Michael, what have you seen so far?
Yeah, Josh, just going back to what you said a minute ago, that bench at the end of that time, just before that timeout there, was buzzing. You could see them cheering all excited, and they have reason to be. I mean, what we've seen so far, Wayland is just dominating both sides of the court, playing their defense, really, meaning they've done it all season, but also getting on the board a lot more than I think anybody expected them to so far.
Yeah, and keep in mind, this is a Newton South team that pretty routinely puts up 60, 50, 60, even 70 points, which is not something Wayland has faced this year. And holding them to 9 points right now in the first quarter with just a little bit of time left is an accomplishment in and of itself. But obviously you have to assume that Newton South will start to get it going. But as long as Wayland keeps playing like this, especially on offense, being aggressive, they have a real shot to win this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we can get one more on the board right before the quarter ends. But either way, they're going to be in a strong position going into the second quarter.
So Melvin will take it up here. Renneker back into the game. Patel stays in. Johnson inside. No good. As a foul is called, but Newton South is not in the bonus, so they will not get free throws. They'll have 3 seconds to put up a shot. And half-court shot, I don't believe she even got it off. But that is the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a quick break. Wayland has a 5-point lead going into the second quarter. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to WSPN's live coverage of girls varsity basketball. 14-9 Wayland. They'll start with the ball in the second quarter. That was a great first quarter, Michael.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Wayland really just proved that they can get to the basket if they really want to. They can get those points on the board even against a team such as Newton South, which, as you said earlier, is a really, really great offensive and defensive team.
As Melvin, three-pointer, no good, but rebounded by Lesperance. And fighting for it, but Newton South comes away with it. Murphy inside, no good, rebound. Shot there, no good, rattles around. And a foul on Newton South is called. Wayland will get the ball back.
Yeah, and you could see a moment ago, Wayland's bench just cheering again, so happy to get the ball back right there. So happy to be up right now against Newton South.
Melvin looking to get something going. And yeah, something we saw in that first quarter, that we haven't seen from Wayland all year, is that jump shot, getting that to go. Sarah Elizade. She's not in the game now, but if Wayland can get any type of shooting going, they're going to be nearly unstoppable.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen what their defense could do all year, but if they get that shot to fall, which it really hasn't been so far, meaning this season, then they'll be in a really great place, not just in this game, but going into the playoffs as well.
Yeah, absolutely. As that ball goes out of bounds, it will stay Newton South possession with 16 left on the shot clock. The starters are all back in to start the second quarter for Wayland. Mills inside, no good. Tough defense by Lesperance. Mills gets it back. Outside, Blanusa, the junior, sinks the three. Back to a 2-point game.
Yeah, we know Newton South shoots a lot of threes, and closing out those shots is going to be key for Wayland going forward so they can prevent Newton South from getting those on the board as they did there.
Powers, mid-range, no good off the backboard. Murphy comes away with it. Now Murphy in the corner, no good, way long from Newton South. Tatum Murray, the sophomore, shooting that three. Now Powers inside. Lesperance, nice outlet pass out to Renneker, no good. Mills with the rebound. And a reach-in foul called on Lesperance. definitely not a bad foul to commit when it's Mills trying to get to the bucket.
No, not at all. Wayland, I'm guessing, knows what she can do from just when she has the ball, and they want to avoid that at all costs.
Absolutely. As Mills now 6 points away from 1,000. She misses a shot there. Over the back foul called on Les Bronze. As Wayland will get a substitution in here. 2 substitutions in. Actually, sorry, just one. Reneker was just going to guard someone in the corner. And that one was blocked out of bounds. Newton South will stick with possession. Despite the fouls, this has actually been a good defensive possession from Wayland, not giving Newton South anything free.
Yeah, not at all. They're preventing Mills from getting too close to the basket, not giving anybody an inch.
Murray, 3. Excuse me, that was Blanusa. Missed badly. Reneker almost gets it stolen by Mills, but they do call a foul on Mills. So Wayland will get a new shot clock. Five in the game now. Patel, Powers, Melvin, Johnson, and Reneker. Powers. Tight defense by Newton South, but Wayland comes away with it. Patel, 3, no good long. Dos Anjos. Now Newton South moving the ball around well, but a traveling violation called. Tatum Murray took too many steps.
Yeah, and as we saw right there, Wayland proving again that they have the defensive capabilities to stop Newton South, but I'd really like to see them get on the scoreboard even more. So far this quarter, they haven't been able to do so. The jump shots just not falling.
As now Melvin getting doubled and knocked out of bounds. They say it is Newton South ball. Melvin didn't seem too happy with that call. Thought it was knocked out of bounds, but Newton South will get the ball. Murray now. Inside. Good ball movement. Murray for 3, no good. Johnson with another rebound.
Yeah, some really dangerous shots from Newton South right there. Wayland has to be careful. If even 1 or 2 of those falls in, they're down, and it's not looking as good.
Powers. Into Johnson. Johnson no good. They seem to, whenever Johnson or Melvin have the ball, Newton South seems to be doubling them as soon as they can, trying to trap them.
Yeah, they know what they can do.
Murray hits a 3 in the corner to give Newton South the lead.
Yeah, and back to what you were saying about Melvin and Johnson being doubled. Newton South obviously knows what they can do on the offensive end, and they're going to try to stop that at all costs.
Yeah, as you see, Newton South playing a trap defense. Haley Melvin, 3, sinks it. Those shots are going to be open for Wayland if Newton South tries to trap Wayland's players inside. So if they can hit those shots, they could get some really nice open 3s.
Yeah, absolutely. Wayland's biggest breaks so far have come from those 3s.
As Murray misses that one. And stolen away by Johnson. That's her 3rd steal of the game already. But she stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, both teams looking to shoot some more of the free
Actually,
ball.
Sorry about that. She didn't step out of bounds. I guess maybe they called a push. That 3 by Melvin was Wayland's first points of the second quarter. Patel, 3. No good. But it will not count because they get Powers for an illegal screen.
Yeah, and as you said a minute ago, those 3 points from Melvin, the first points Wayland got on the board in the second quarter. And I'll tell you, those are big points right there. Wayland were feeling the pressure, losing the lead a little bit when Newton South knocked down their own shot. And now they must be feeling a little bit better.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, Michael. And pass goes right to Patel. Good job by her to be in the right position. And Patel trying to find somebody. Tries to get it to Johnson, but stolen away by Newton South. Lanusa inside. Foul called. That's Abby Altman. Who is going to the line shooting 2. Abby Altman, one half of a pair of twins on this team. It's Abby and Lily Altman, both seniors. And the first one from Altman is no good, wide right. It's definitely been interesting. It seems like Newton South either drains it or misses very badly. But luckily with them is they normally hit quite a few shots, as that one falls in to make it a 1-point lead for Wayland.
Yeah, Wayland must be at least a little bit happy that they aren't hitting all of their shots right now. But they must know that those shots might fall on in the future and they have to get their own points on the board.
Melvin, deep 3, no good. Lesbrance right there for another rebound. And Patel just was not aware the ball was coming to her in time. That ball goes overhead and out of bounds. Newton South Lions come away with it.
Yeah, if I'm Wayland's right now, I just really don't want Newton South to get the lead going into this next quarter. They need to stay up. They need to get one more shot on the board before the quarter ends, at least.
As Dos Anjos, no good with the finger roll. Lanusa, close shot, gets to go. 1-point lead for the Lions. Patel to Lesbrance. Over to Melvin. Yeah, that trap defense seems to be confusing Wayland a little bit, as Johnson almost loses it, somehow gets it to Renneker. Lesbrance, no good. Picked up by Johnson for 2. 1-point lead for Wayland with under a minute left to go in this second quarter.
Yeah, Wayland's fighting back very hard right there, knowing they need to get one to retain the lead, or regain the lead.
Murphy inside gets fouled. She will shoot 2 at the line. And Newton South now with a chance to tie it and take the lead. Siobhan Murphy, the senior, shooting 2 at the line. No good. Murphy with the second. And no good on that one either. Johnson comes away with it. And Wayland sort of has a 2-for-1 opportunity here if they can get up a shot quickly. Lesbrance back to Patel. Elizade back into the game. Three from Elizade, no good short. Lesbrance right there for the rebound. Puts it in for 2. 3-point lead for Wayland. No shot clock. Newton South may try to take the last shot. They don't look like they want to, and they do not. Murray sinks a 3, tie game.
Yeah, nonetheless, Wayland's 2 points right there at the end. Big points right there.
Redeker, deep three, no good, short. So tie game in the first half. Wayland did play actually quite well, at least in the first quarter. Second quarter had some struggles offensively with the trap defense, but it is a quick halftime, as if you've been watching this season, you've come to realize. But we will be back in just a couple minutes for the third quarter. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wayland versus Newton South, as Amaris Mills misses a shot there. That was a very competitive first half, as Newton South will get out in transition here. Wayland was up 21-18 with just a few seconds left in the first half when Tatum Murray put in a three, as Amaris Mills gets a shot to go there. 8 points, 4 points away from 1,000. But yeah, it was a great game. Newton South now up, or it has been a great game. Newton South now up by 2.
Yeah, and if you've been with us, you'll know that Newton South is a very great team right now. Great players, great record so far, and Wayland's doing a great job right now competing with them.
And Ella Lesperance, her 4th offensive rebound of the game already. Really incredible what she's been able to do on the boards this year for Wayland in her first year back playing basketball at all since freshman year. She's basically been like a Dennis Rodman type of player. Not the tallest player, as Newton South has like three players on the court right now that are really the tallest players on the court, with the exception of Sammy Johnson. Powers. Now Melvin. Melvin driving baseline. Gets it to Powers. No good. Melvin puts up a shot, gets fouled. She will shoot 2 at the line to try to tie this game up. Melvin with the first. Sinks it. And she will shoot the second right here. Anyways, Michael, what are some things that you think that Wayland has been doing that have been working that may not have worked in past games, that's allowing them to stay in this game?
You know, on the offensive end, their jump shots have been falling more frequently than they have in past games. And for me, the key for them going forward is to keep that jump shot, make sure that jump shot continues to fall, and they get more points on the board.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. As now Wayland struggling to try to beat this trap defense. Melvin now inside. She was trying to draw a foul there, didn't get the call, as Mills gets fouled by Reneker. Interesting call, though. As Newton South trying to get something to go. Nice pass by Mills inside, no good. Reneker now will bring it up for Wayland. Reneker. Melvin, that ball gets tipped inside amongst the trees, as it will still be Wayland ball. Murphy was not able to throw it off of Melvin's leg before she stepped out of bounds. So they also do get a new shot clock there. Over to Lesperance. Powers. Back to Lesperance, top of the key. Powers, 3. Gets it to go. 2-point lead for Wayland, 25-23. Lila Powers getting him going on offense.
Yeah, and you could see how happy the Wayland bench was to see that drop. You know, they've really been struggling almost to get on the board so far, and as you can see, they needed that point to maintain, to compete really with Newton South.
As Amaris Mills, Wayland calls a timeout there. That was not Mills' 1,000th point. That was number 998. So she will need another bucket to get to 1,000, but wasn't sure for a second if maybe we were given the wrong number and that's why the time was called, but not the case. But anyways, tie game, Wayland 25, Newton South 25. 4:56 left to go in the third quarter. If you're just tuning in, I'm Josh Schreiber, alongside me, Michael Necheparenko. This is Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of girls varsity basketball. And we've been treated to a great game so far, but between two teams that have been really good defensively. Newton South playing an aggressive trap defense that may have caused Wayland a lot of difficulties earlier on in the season, but they've handled it quite well, actually, given the circumstances, and they've been able to hit some jump shots.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been really strong so far this game, and even this quarter, hitting more jump shots than I've seen, as you just said, all year, really.
Absolutely is. The 5 in the game are the starters for Wayland. Haley Melvin will bring it up for the Warriors. And almost stolen away. That was Amaris Mills that got a hand on it. And Newton South seems to be back to a man-to-man defense. Reneker inside to Johnson. Johnson for 2 and the foul. Big bucket for Wayland. Chance for a 3-point play. That pick and roll from Sammy Johnson has been absolutely deadly all year. Every single game, when they're getting that going, they are unstoppable. And Johnson makes the Lions pay for going back into a man-to-man defense.
Yeah, Wayland's continuing the trend we saw earlier in this game of just getting to the basket more, having that sense of urgency, and really getting on the board more than they have in previous games.
Johnson converts the and one as she typically does. 3-point lead for Wayland. Mills gets it tipped. Great defense by Lesbronce. Mills for 3 and 1,000, no good. Knocked out of bounds. Wayland ball. Great defense by Wayland on that possession. We'll see what the Lions do here on defense. Quite honestly, I don't know why they would go out of that trap defense. It was working to an extent.
Yeah, but as you've seen, Wayland is getting on the board more than they have in previous games, and Newton South must be surprised right now. They had the upper hand going into the game, and they must have been expecting to have an easy win right here.
Yeah, those type of games can happen. Teams see a team on their schedule and like, oh, that's not going to be an issue. Wayland typically plays very well in those games as a school that is significantly smaller than Newton South, as that ball is, the 3 is missed by Tatum Murray.
Yeah, going back to your point, Wayland are the much smaller school, much smaller team right here, and they're really fighting. They want to show, not just Newton South, but everybody watching, that they can play anybody, they can beat anybody, and they can compete with everybody they play.
Yeah, definitely a great source of motivation that I'm sure Coach Rick Stallis brought up to the team, as that is a missed layup there by Murphy. Reneker gets it to Melvin. Back to Reneker. And Melvin stepped out of bounds. It will be Lion ball. And Mills will get the ball right back as she tries to bring Newton South As that is a foul called. Let's see if she will get to the line. She will, so she's going to have an opportunity to get 1,000 points on a free throw.
Yeah, she must be nervous right now, but also extremely excited. It's a very huge milestone for any high school basketball player.
Drains the first one. You see some of the players on the Newton South bench getting ready. Mills for 1,000. Gets it to go. Newton South bench erupts. Big milestone. That's something you love to see that happen. It's Wayland showing off that sportsmanship. They all stand and applaud Mills on a great high school accomplishment in one of the last regular season games of her high school career. So congratulations to Mills. Very exciting moment for her.
Yeah, not only that, she brought her team within 1 point of Wayland's right now. And I'm sure although Wayland is clapping right now, they must be thinking about how they're going to get back with a larger lead.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's nice to be celebrating this. Obviously, it's a huge milestone. But at this point, you kind of got to get back into the frame of mind. All right, we're in a tight game right now. 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. And it is a 1 point game. Anyways, last year, I was able to commentate a game, the boys' game against Waltham, that Ryan Power of Waltham, now at Brandeis University playing basketball, he got his 1,000th point. Now this year, it's the girls' side. Against Wayland, of course, again, but still a cool thing to witness. Powers inside, no good. Great pass, but Wayland could not convert as Newton South will have another opportunity to take the lead. Stolen away by Patel, though. And last time a Wayland player, boys or girls, had 1,000 points was Bronwyn Davies a while back. She was on the girls' team, great player. Obviously, she had 1,000 points. But hopefully we can get another 1,000-point scorer soon enough for Wayland. Johnson, offensive rebound, can't maintain it. Amaris Mills will take it up. Sammy Johnson from behind strips the ball out of Mills' hands. 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Wayland still with the 1 point lead. Johnson, inside layup, gets it to go. Wayland bench erupting. 3 point lead once again for Wayland. And Mills got fouled. A little groan from the Wayland bench.
Yeah, but going back to that basket by Johnson just then, those are some big 2 points for Wayland, extending their lead to where Newton South cannot go ahead of them, save for a 3 and another basket after that.
Absolutely, and Mills shooting 2 at the line to make it a 1 point game. She doesn't miss free throws too often. As a substitution for both teams, Alex McQuilkin, our first time seeing her today, she subs into the game for, actually not Lila Powers, for Haley Melvin. So Renneker will be running the point guard while Melvin takes a quick break. Patel. Back to Powers. Johnson, deep mid-range, no good. Rebound, Newton South, and they're in transition. They do slow it down, though. 3, no good. Powers with the rebound. Renneker. Back to McQuilkin. Patel driving baseline. Powers with the floater, gets it to go. 3-point lead once again for Wayland with 40 seconds and counting. Now inside, blocked by Patel. Wayland in transition. Patel spin move, puts up a shot, but they call a traveling violation. Newton South will get possession back with the opportunity to take the last shot, but last time they had that opportunity, they put up a shot. Tatum Murray sunk the three to tie it up going into the second quarter.
Critical last 20
Or
seconds
third
or so
quarter.
right now. Wayland managed to hold on. Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoke too soon.
Unfortunate timing there, but Wayland will have a chance as Coach Rickstalis calls a timeout with 11.7 seconds left to go in the third quarter, as she'll attempt to drop a play with Haley Melvin coming back in the game.
No three, though, from Newton South there. Last quarter, they ended it with a three, tying it up to go into the what is now third quarter. But Wayland still does have the lead right now, so even if they might not be able to make the shot, they'll still have the edge over Newton South going into the end of the game.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's been a very exciting game to watch. Really a well-played game. It hasn't really been bad offense, which sometimes with these lower scoring games, you can see that. But it's really just been great defense, and when the offensive have been able to score, it's because they made a great play. So it has been an exciting game to watch.
Yeah, it's extremely positive for Wayland. We all knew what their defense could do against maybe smaller or less good teams, if you will. But having this result against Newton South, keeping them to only 31 points, is extremely impressive.
Absolutely. Wayland will have a chance to score here, hopefully get another bucket before the end of the quarter. Now Melvin trying to drive. They need to get up a shot. They do not. Great defense by Newton South. But Wayland still has a 1-point lead going into the fourth quarter. We'll break down how this game has gone so far when we come back. We're going to take a quick break. And welcome back to the fourth quarter of play. Wayland versus Newton South. Wayland 8 minutes away if they can hold on, which this game is very, very close. They've got to get some more offense going. But this would be a big upset if they could pull it off. Let's see if they can keep that offense going. But Michael, how have they been able to have the lead in this game?
Yeah, if you've been with us, you've already heard it, but it's really their jump shots. On offense so far this season, they haven't been able to knock down those jump shots. But today, something just clicked. They started getting it going, and now, as you can see, they're in a lead against Newton South.
As a foul called on Johnson there. Newton South will get a chance to bring the lead back into their possession. Dos Anjos. No good on the short jumper. Almost all the starters back in except for Melvin, who's going to, I imagine, come back in shortly as Johnson puts it in for two. 3-point lead. This Wayland bench has really been very energetic in this game.
Yeah, because they know what this game means. They know if they win this, it's a really huge victory.
Yeah, as Mills, quick jumper, 1-point lead once again. And the last thing you want is to get Mills going on offense, because she has the potential to do what Amelia Ogilvie did to them last game and just absolutely take over and dominate.
Yeah, hopefully Wayland will have learned from that and know to make sure their defense continues to stay strong even through the final quarter.
Now Newton South in transition. Three ball, no good, long. Lila Powers. Patel Patel inside, tried to draw a foul. That was just good defense by Newton South. As Caroline Hoban checks back out of the game. Wayland, every possession at this point for both teams is a big possession, as hopefully Wayland can get something going. Inside, nice pass by Patel into Johnson. Johnson can't get it to fall. Newton South comes away with the rebound. That's Mills again. Mills inside, Euro step, no good, gets her own rebound, no good on the shot either. And Powers, as couldn't see the call there, but I believe it may have been a travel. Newton South trying to get something going on offense. Mills, no good. Johnson, tough rebound.
Yeah, Johnson has been a massive presence all game on the rebound and getting some steals.
As another travel is called on Wayland. And it looks like Haley Melvin is coming back into the game. Both offenses stalling right now. Newton South will have a chance to change that. Dos Anjos inside, no good. Powers with the rebound, jump ball. Wayland with the possession arrow. Now Haley Melvin. Powers. Nice defense by Newton South to steal that one away. It was just a great read to get in the passing lane. Mills from free throw line, no good. Lesbrance picks it up and gets back to Melvin.
Yeah, and Josh, I don't want to say that Wayland been getting lucky, but they've certainly been fortunate that Newton South hasn't been knocking down all their shots.
Yeah, definitely. As another missed shot. Three ball, no good. Yeah, Newton South really missing badly on a lot of these shots. Melvin. Now Powers to Lesbrance. Inside to Powers. Reverse layup gets it to go. 3-point lead for Wayland. Great pass inside on the backdoor screen by Sammy Johnson. Powers with a beautiful reverse layup. Gets it to go.
Yeah.
Gives them a little bit of breathing room.
And Newton South must be feeling the pressure right now. Under 4 minutes left in the game right now. They only have a little bit of time to get some points on the board and stop Wayland from getting their own.
Yeah, and I said giving them breathing room, but it is still a one-possession game. With one shot, Newton South can tie it up, so Wayland not even close to being in the clear. This could be a battle down to the wire. It may even come down to whoever gets the last shot.
Yeah, and as you said, Wayland not in the clear right now, and that's something they'll certainly remember after last game where they let their lead slip away from them in the final moments. Hopefully we won't see that here.
And Coach Rickstalis being sure, I'm sure, to emphasize the importance of not letting Newton South get anything easy, trying to lock up Mills, because they have done a good job of it so far, holding her to only 14 points as this game coming to a close. So if they can continue that, which they had trouble with, remember, in their last game against Boston Latin, if they can continue to lock down the Star, that's probably going to be their best course of action. And if you're Newton South, you just got to pass the ball around. That's the best way to break a good defense. Pass the ball around, try to find an open shot, and you've got to hit it. Murray. And a foul called on Whalen. Newton South will stick with it. And Murphy trying to pass it in, gets it to Blanusa. Back to Murphy. And inside, Murray for two. Great ball movement. Just as we said, that was the best way for Newton South to do it. They did it. 1 point game once again. Johnson inside, no good. They would have loved to have that one.
Yeah, Newton South now with a chance to take the lead for themselves.
Altman over to Blanusa, decides against the shot. Back to Altman. Murray, 3 in the lead, no good. Johnson gets the rebound.
Yeah, that 3 attempt right there must have been very nerve-wracking for Richard Solis and the rest of the Whalen bench.
Definitely holding their breath as the ball was in the air. And a tough turnover for Whalen. That killed them against Boston Latin. They just had so many turnovers in the fourth quarter. Step back, Mills, no good. And no call yet. It will stay. Believe it will be Newton South ball. Yes, it will.
Yeah, the shot's not falling right now from Newton South, but I can assure you, Wayland is feeling the pressure right now.
Just over 2 minutes left to play. Altman inside gets fouled. She'll have a chance to tie it and take the lead. Lila Powers committed the foul there. Big free throws for Abby Altman. No good on the first. So Wayland's lead is temporarily safe. But Newton South can get the rebound. And that one's no good either. Tough rebound. Sammy Johnson pulling it in with one hand. Melvin. Over to Powers. Thrown away. Newton South. Ball again. Whalen just does not want to give themselves any help.
Yeah, unforced error right there is going to be very dangerous for Whalen going into these last under 2 minutes now.
3 ball, no good again. Another rebound. Mills. Great defense. Johnson and Powers just saved a bucket right there, but not exactly sure what the call is. It will be Wayland ball though. And Sammy Johnson and Lila Powers on that last possession, they saved a bucket, getting their hands on that pass from Mills because Blanusa was standing all alone in the paint. She would have had the easiest layup we've seen in this game if that ball got to her. So a great job. As Reniker knocks it over to Powers. And that ball out of bounds. Newton South ball.
Yeah,
3 consecutive turnovers.
Again, just more unforced errors from Whalen right here. I tell you, if they lose this game right now because of those errors, they're going to be looking back with dismay.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna haunt them if that ends up costing them. But they've gotten a little bit lucky with some missed shots from Newton South. But they've really got to clean it up on offense if they want to have a chance. Because I have a feeling 36 is not going to be enough to win this game.
No, not at all. Newton South has been missing some shots, as you mentioned there. But they should get at least one in these last 80 seconds.
As Coach Rick Stollis and the Wayland Warriors trying to figure something out. As is Coach Joe Rogers for Newton South. And, I mean, Michael, with, the DCL tournament coming up, as I've mentioned, this is the final series of the regular season. And, with a game like this, what are your expectations for the Warriors once they get into the postseason?
I really think they have a great chance to go pretty far. They've been very strong against other DCL small teams, and as we've seen here, they could be very strong against teams who are even bigger,
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Yeah, and they can definitely take these performances and use them in the playoffs to beat teams who might not be as good as Newton South. And, yeah, as I just said, playing this team should help them in the future.
Yeah, and one of the big things, not playing down to your opponent, something that Wayland has struggled with at times this year. But other times, like in the first game of the year, they just absolutely took it to Weston and destroyed them on the road. So if they can do that in the DCL tournament, they're looking good. 3-ball there, Blanusa, no good. Under a minute left to go. Wayland can get a bucket here to make it much more comfortable. Melvin. You want to try to get this to Melvin or Johnson, I'd say, Michael.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been the ones who have been dominant forces near the basket, outside the basket, really everywhere for Wayland.
And not really getting any progress right here as that ball's knocked away. Inside. Now Melvin, 3-ball. No good. Rebound. Put up. And that was a jump ball, but it will be Newton South ball. That is a little bit of a mental mistake there, putting the shot up. If they got the offensive rebound, all they needed to do is clear that out, waste some time, and they could have really run the shot clock down.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Wayland, Newton South has an opportunity to win right here.
And timeout called. That is a really unfortunate possession there as Newton South, as we said, coming down to the last shot. 22 seconds left. They just need a bucket of any kind to take the lead. But anyways, Wayland has played some great defense. They would have liked to have a bucket there or get at least run down the clock a little bit more after the offensive rebound, but I guess they'll take what they can get. They're getting very close to a potential upset victory, but Newton South definitely has a good chance of taking the lead. All they need is a bucket, so we'll see what Wayland can do.
And I'll tell you, I would not want to be a Wayland player right now with Newton South in possession of the ball and a chance to win right now after Wayland being so good really all game.
Yeah, and if you're Wayland, all you got to do, just get a stop. That's all you need. Get a stop, dribble the ball up, and close this game out. So this game coming down to the very end. Amaris Mills, the star, trying to get something going for Newton South. Mills getting doubled. 2, no good. Rebound, put up, put in. 7 seconds left to go. Timeout called. Newton South takes the lead on the putback layup from, I believe it was Blanusa. Really tough turn of events. Wayland will have 7 seconds left to get off a shot. I'm not exactly sure if they will get to advance the ball, but they'll probably, it looks like they're saying they're going to get it in the backcourt, but not on the baseline. So 8.2 seconds left on the clock as they do change it with the timeout. Really, really tough way to lose the lead.
Yeah, difficult spot for Wayland to be in right now. With 8 seconds on the clock, I imagine Newton South will have everybody back near their own basket, trying to do everything they can to stop Wayland from getting 2 points on the board.
Yeah, I will say though, I really think that Wayland played that last defensive possession perfectly. Their goal was clearly do not let Mills score to win the game. They didn't. They double, even triple teamed her, and unfortunately left. It didn't give her a good shot, so they got the miss, but then it left Blanusa in the perfect spot to get an open shot after the offensive rebound. So unfortunate that it had to come down like that, but it'll be interesting to see what Wayland does here. I'm guessing you want to try to get it inside to Johnson for an easy 2, as that has really worked best for them.
Yeah, it's going to be tough with this time constraint. Only 8 seconds left on the clock.
And especially they do have to take it from the baseline. So Melvin's going to try to get it up quickly. And I don't understand. That is a timeout called by Wayland. It seemed like Haley Melvin was going to have an opportunity to get a good shot off, maybe even a layup.
Yeah, seems questionable given that Newton South is now going to have everybody back there in their own half now.
Yeah,
less time on the clock.
They did add another 2 seconds to the clock, 6 seconds left. So obviously the reason for that being was that they could advance the ball and inbound it in the front court. So that was the mindset there. But in transition, you give me Haley Melvin one-on-one in transition, I like my chances. You don't want to give Newton South a chance to double team her or Johnson. So I'm sure that is what Newton South will try to do. Big possession here for Wayland in a statement game. They have played very well defensively and offensively most of the game. Until this fourth quarter, they have not. Melvin now, 4. Inside to Johnson for 2 in the win. Gets it to go. Wayland, buzzer beater, Sammy Johnson, the junior captain, puts it in. The Warriors win the game at the buzzer, 38-37. A statement upset victory. What a game for the Wayland Warriors. Michael, what are your thoughts on that one?
And just going back there to the end, right before that play, we questioned the coach's decision to do a timeout. But now, I mean, that play right there gave him a basket.
What a game. Wayland Warriors pull out the victory at the end of the game, 38-37. Tune in on Friday, last game of the regular season. Boys basketball takes on Newton South. The girls will be in Newton South. What a game. Statement victory for Wayland. I've been Josh Schreiber. Alongside me, Michael Nechaparenko. We will see you later.